Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I have for you this awesome dessert with fresh strawberries. But if you like more raspberries, I guess you can just replace the fruits. I will start with a biscuit for this cake, for which I'm gonna need 5 eggs, 130 grams of sugar, 140 grams of flour, 10 grams of baking powder, and 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil. I will separate the eggs. I'll put the whites in a mixing bowl and the yolks in a separate bowl. Add a pinch of salt over the whites and start whisking them at slow speed in the beginning. Increase, and when they get white and increase in volume, start adding sugar gradually. Keep on whisking until we have a nice stable meringue, nice and shiny. Then add yolks. Now reduce the speed of the mixer and make sure that you incorporate all the yolks. Look at the color of this batter. Oh my god, this cake is gonna be super yummy. Add oil, 2 tablespoons. I'm using sunflower, but you can use canola or any other vegetable oil. With a mixer on low speed, add half of the flour. I will add now baking powder, the rest of the flour, and mix in just until the flour is incorporated. Do not over mix in this stage. The batter is ready. With the spatula, I just make sure that everything is well incorporated, and I will start preheating the oven now. I pour the batter in my metal frame on a silicone mat. I have a rectangular metal frame, 28 per 28 centimeter, and I'm gonna level the batter. Spread it well, make sure to cover all the surface. Using a knife, I ran through the batter like this to level it even better and remove any air bubbles, and I'm gonna bake it at 170 Celsius for about 20-25 minutes. It's looking really nice and golden. I will leave it to cool down just for a minute, and I will go with a knife along the edges so I can remove the metal frame and let it cool down completely. When it's cold, I will cut it in half like you see me here, vertically. I'm using a knife. So I have two biscuits, and each of these biscuits I will cut it in half vertically, so I'm gonna have in total four layers for my cake. I will make now the strawberry sauce. And I have fresh strawberries, 350 grams. You can use frozen if you have frozen. 70 grams of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and about 2 or 3 tablespoons of water. And I will wash the fruits, remove the green part, and chop them in smaller pieces. Mix cornstarch with water. Add sugar over the fruits in a pot and place them on your stove on low temperature for a few minutes until the fruits starts to soften and the sugar will dissolve. Will start to boil, and using an immersion blender I'm gonna blend all of these, transform it in a nice delicious sauce, and I'm gonna put it back on the stove and pour over the cornstarch that I mixed with water. And after you add cornstarch, make sure that the fire on your stove is on low. Make sure that you stir continuously in this sauce because we want it to get thick, but make sure that it's not gonna burn. I will pour it in a piping bag because it's gonna be easier to use for the cake. I will also make a simple syrup using 150 milliliters of water, 50 grams of sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract that I made myself. I will pour water in a pot with sugar, and on the stove I'm gonna boil this for a few minutes until sugar is dissolving. And after I take it off the stove, I'm gonna add vanilla extract and let it cool down completely. For the filling, I'm gonna use whipping cream, sweetened one, 500 grams, mascarpone cheese, 250 grams. If you don't have mascarpone, you can use cream cheese and vanilla extract. I'm gonna put mascarpone cheese in the mixer bowl along with whipping cream. I'm not gonna add any sugar because this one it's already sweetened. I will start mixing on low speed, increasing until we're gonna have a nice and stable filling. I'm covering the bowl because I have splashes everywhere in the house. And I will assemble the cake now. I take one of those biscuits that I made and cut. I will add syrup over. The syrup is cold. I'm using a brush. Pour a thin layer of filling over these. Spread it with a spatula in a nice and even layer, and because I put it in a piping bag, it's easier to make like a frame along the edges of this biscuit. But also I'm gonna separate it in 3 equal parts on the long side. You're gonna see why, because I'm gonna take the strawberry sauce and I'm gonna pour it in those spaces that we have left. I'm gonna fill those up with the strawberry sauce. And on top of these, I'm gonna add another biscuit. Press it gently and add syrup on this biscuit as well. Don't pour a lot. Use the spatula and let the biscuit to absorb the syrup. Add now a thin layer of strawberry sauce over. And I'm gonna use a spatula to level it up. Spread it well all over the surface. Over the strawberry sauce, add now a layer of a filling. Spread that well as well, all over the surface, nice and even. Add another layer of biscuit. Press gently. Add some syrup over it. It's gonna be nice and moist. Now I'm gonna add a thin layer of filling, and again I'm gonna make that frame along the sides of the cake and separate it in the middle in 3 equal parts, and in those spaces I'm adding strawberry sauce. Place on top now the last biscuit and use some syrup over it. Cover the cake with the filling and use a spatula to level it up on the top of the cake, but also on the sides. It's easier to decorate the cake, to cover it with this filling if the filling is placed in a piping bag. So make sure to put the filling in a piping bag or a Ziploc bag and use the spatula to level it and fill all the gaps. I will make with filling now a decorative frame on top of the cake, and because I have a bit of strawberry sauce left, I'm gonna pour that in the middle and level it gently with a spatula, and I'm gonna have the cake in the fridge to set overnight. Next day you can slice and serve the cake, and it's absolutely delicious and is looking pretty nice. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna see you here next time with another recipe. And if you want to see live cooking show, you can follow me on Twitch. You can find all the links available in the description box. See you next time. Bye.